A week ago, 10-year-old Yazan Al-Kafana was being comforted by his mother at a hospital in Rafah. His face is gaunt, his eyes and cheeks sunken in hunger. He's almost too weak to cry out, but the pain is clear on his face. 3 days later, Yazan died, another victim of malnutrition in Gaza.
I lost my son due to malnutrition, due to the circumstances we're going through in Gaza. What are you expecting from a sick child living in such conditions? How can he get better?
America's plan to bring aid into Gaza by sea is another sign of growing frustration with its ally Israel and the prospect of widespread famine. One option could be something like this, a floating pontoon stretching some distance offshore into deeper waters and away from the threat of fighting on land. This is from a US exercise a few years ago, but experts say that it will take weeks to get it up and running. It is a medium-term solution to an immediate crisis.
I think it will take at least a couple of weeks, perhaps even 4 weeks, 6 weeks. It's not that easy to get these. I think it will be mostly floating devices with anchors that you want to put there in front of the coast.
The aid will need to be received in a secure zone, and it will need organisations to distribute it to avoid scenes like these. Britain has now announced its involvement.
This new idea from the President of the United States, which we're involved in, of building a temporary harbour in Gaza, means that aid will be able to go directly from Cyprus to Gaza. But it's going to take time to build.
The President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, was in Cyprus today to inspect the port at Larnaca and said that a ship would sail to Gaza imminently. Food was being loaded up with the aim to land up to 200 pallets a day on Gaza's beaches.
Despite all the challenges, and this is truly inspiring, we're now very close to the opening of the corridor, hopefully this Sunday, and I'm very glad to see that an initial pilot operation will be launched today.
Aid drops continued over Gaza today, but it is inefficient and risky. Multiple people were reportedly killed in the north when a parachute malfunctioned, turning desperately needed aid into a dangerous projectile. Land crossings are by far and away the best way to get aid into Gaza in the quantities needed, but the international community says Israel must still do more. The chances of premature babies surviving in Gaza now is slim. They're kept alive in the few incubators still working, but their mothers are often unable to feed them, too malnourished themselves. Outside this small, rare bubble of hope, everyone else is fighting for survival. The weakest and smallest, as always, are the most vulnerable. Alistair Bunkle, Sky News.